You can get your tickets now for the Progressive 50-50 in support of the Neepawa Curling Club and the Yellowhead Center by scanning the QR code on your screen now. The final draw will be February 12th at 3:45. Tickets are 1 for $3, 2 for $5, 5 for $10, or 12 for $20.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now, 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/curlmanitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now. Welcome to the Yellowhead Arena, the Yellowhead Center, Neepawa, Manitoba, the final day of the 98th Manitoba Men's Curling Championship, the 2023 Viterra Championship. We're down to 3 teams. We have the defending champion, effectively, at least Reed Carruthers and Derek Semigalski from that defending champion team. They await the winner of the morning game, the game between Matt Dunstone and Braden Calvert, 2 young men who've played each other a lot over recent years, back into junior days especially. So, yeah, we've got a great day ahead. Dunstone, Calvert, winner against Carruthers here in Neepawa. Resby Coots with Barry Gorlick. Barry, should be a wonderful day of curling.
Can't wait. Matt Dunstone was quoted in today's Free Press Sports page as saying yesterday they got their little kick in the butt. A loss yesterday morning, and they knew it was sink or swim the rest of the way. And one thing about curling, in some sports, second place is considered not too bad, maybe even a silver medal. This morning, second place is a drive back to Winnipeg.
Not a bad place to go to, but they don't want to go that early. Could be that the Carruthers team is a team of destiny. Mike McEwen and Colin Hodgson, members of last year's champion Manitoba team, have both qualified for the Brier. Carruthers and Samigalski would love to have a reunion at the Brier with them. Matt Dunstone has wanted to go to the Brier wearing the buffalo all his life. Could be his year. Braden Calvert's got a lot to prove. He beat Dunstone yesterday. He wants to prove it wasn't a fluke. And he lost really on a bad break, potentially against Carruthers last night. Wants to prove that was just bad luck. So
didn't even need to speak to Braden this morning. Had I said, Braden, how about last night? He would have said, what are you talking about?
Exactly. So there we go. It is Dunstone, Calvert on center ice here at the Yellowhead Center in Neepawa. The winner goes to 2 o'clock against Reed Carruthers. We will have all the action from Sheet C. Calvert, Dunstone, Calvert with last rock, and we'll have that rock, or those shots, in just a moment.
Two-thirds. You got a little bit of room. You got a little bit of room to work with. Line's great.
Slide really good.
First rock underway. Harnden, the import from Northern Ontario, welcomed into the Manitoba curling community. Throws that first center line guard right where we've talked about all week, dead center of that McMahon Yates logo.
Ryan Harnden, a magnificent addition to this team, part of a curling dynasty out of northwestern Ontario. He, along with his brother EJ, and in fact his father Eric, who was here last month at the Pembina Curling Club playing third stone for Al the Iceman Hackner in the Canadian Masters Championship, which they won rather handily. And let me tell you, there's a gene pool there. Eric Harnden, neither you nor I would want to arm wrestle him, Resby.
And I darn sure don't want to arm wrestle this young man out here on the ice. So Braden Calvert, Rob Gordon immediately behind, full 8-foot dead center of the center line. These guys are ready to play.
Going right after it. They are running on fumes in a way because this is day 5 of an extremely long week. On the other hand, though, they have happy memories of exactly how they can beat Matt Dunstone, and they want to put those memories back into play right off the bat this morning.
Little light over curls in there past that center line rock. The teams for these games have the opportunity to choose rocks from across the sheets of ice. Take the rocks they might be most comfortable with, the ones they think they understand the best. Who knows, various reasons, some emotional, some technical for the rock selection. And we can tell you that Matt Dunstone has taken the entire set of red stones off of sheet D. Sheet D, the sheet where they played Steve Irwin yesterday afternoon and just laid a serious licking on him. So they clearly felt very comfortable with the sheet D rocks.
In that same article, Steve Irwin, who's a class act, was quoted as saying that they ran into a freight train in the form of one Team Dunstone with a real fire in their belly. Whether or not that rock set had a little something to do with it or not, curlers are superstitious, and I'm not at all surprised to see that rock set moved over to sheet C. Plus the red handles match the main color in the Team Dunstone uniforms quite nicely, so it all works.
Color coordination, you bet. I'm sure that was a key factor in the decision. On the other team, the Calvert team, they took 4 stones of the yellow. They're not allowed to change color of handles, so they have to take what were for them yellow handles. And so they took 4 from sheet A and 4 from sheet B. So, can't be absolutely sure, but it just the way I saw the umpire's report, the way it looked, it's entirely possible that the front end took the A yellow stones, the back end took the B yellow stones. Run back kill, 2 reds, sticks with a center guard.
Because this is a game of centimeters, and as our viewers will see at times this morning, bordering on millimeters, the reference to rocks is something that really, really matters at this level of play. We've referred to the fact that this is a relatively new rock set acquired by Curl Manitoba the year before last. It was last used in the Scotties in East St. Paul 2 weeks ago.
Just misses that run back.
And what's interesting about them is they are so new, they actually weigh 44 pounds each, which is the maximum weight a rock can legally be permitted to weigh. The striking bands are only about 12 to 15 millimeters wide. That's the light-colored area around the circumference of the rock, which is why you get such live action whenever one rock makes contact with another. And the running surface, which you can't see, which is underneath the rock in contact with the ice, is only about 6 millimeters wide, a quarter inch or so. And that means that there's more pressure on the pebble than with a conventional rock that you might use at your curling club, where the running band could be twice or even 3 times that. So you're going to see these rocks move a lot, as we have all week, as the speed comes off them. Now, this one's coming in hot. That's a little bit surprising. Our viewers may not know that each team has a practice session before taking to the ice this morning, where they throw mostly turns toward the center line. So as a first throw toward the wings, ordinarily they'd think that it should be about the same speed, but that one took Team Calvert a little bit by surprise. And here comes BJ Neufeld, nose right in behind the handle. Do not try that technique at home, folks. You won't be able to get up.
So his first shot of the game, and it does come right to the nose. He'd hoped to get that little roll under the corner guard. And Calvert now will try for that. He'll play the other turn at it, interestingly enough. He'll come across the face to roll where Dunstone had BJ come out turn.
Testing, testing, testing. They're just trying to take a look at that center path because they can experiment in the first couple of ends.
Kyle Kurz. Ian McMillan is the prime sweeper. He does, in fact, overcurl just a little bit and rolls out.
Kyle Kurz, by the way, is 27 years old and also, by the way, but importantly, the brother-in-law of lead Robbie Gordon. Kyle's married to Rob's sister, Melissa. We would expect the team to stay together a while then. Could make for some awkward discussions at Sunday dinner if they don't, but they have been together since the 2018 season, which is in itself rather remarkable. So they've got 6 full competition seasons under their belt.
Really got to go. Hard line. Just high as you can on the line.
And I suppose Kyle's brother Colin might get annoyed if I don't mention him. They are brothers, and more to the point, Colin is the skip of the 2019 World Mixed Curling Championship team.
So among the two of them, between the two of them, they do have 3 world championships. Kyle still has bragging rights. He has 2 from the World Junior days with Braden Calvert. So that nose hit wide. Dunstone, Neufeld agreeing they want to just play the nose. They'll allow this to go through to a blank.
You did refer at the beginning, Resby, to these being 2 young teams. Well, they are. The old man on the Calvert team happens to be Ian McMillan, the ripe old age of 31. The other 3 teammates of his are all 27, so they've got long history behind them, a long history of winning behind them. Both teams do, but they've got a very full future ahead of them too. But for them, the future is right now on Sheet C.
The future really is the next about 6 hours. For both of these teams, this game and the next.
Clean, yep.
Hard, hard, real hard.
Hard.
Hard, gotta go.
Clean.
Yep.
Good work. Yep. Nose is pretty good.
This is the final stage of the Manitoba Men's Curling Championship, a 3-stage. We start with a 32-team qualifying round, a double elimination. 8 teams survive that, move into a new double elimination playoff round. 4 teams survive the 8 into a page playoff. Carruthers and Calvert came through unbeaten in the playoff round, so they were in the top side of the page playoff. Carruthers defeated Calvert last night. Carruthers has advanced to the final. Calvert dropped to the semifinal, where he now plays Dunstone, who defeated Steve Irwin in that other semifinal game. Braden Calvert just gets the outside of the rock enough to remove it. Does give Dunstone the opportunity to try to use that guard to force.
Then your line's pretty good, right? Okay, give me middle just a little bit to work with, so
Yeah.
go to T-line.
Yeah, just a little more than what I had, and I like it.
Yeah.
You heard the reference as they were trying to put the broom down in exactly the right spot, even this early in the game, to BJ acknowledging that he thought maybe he squared his attempt on that line a little bit. By that, sliding perhaps a hair wide and then getting the rock back onto the line in a way that would have caused it to curl more than it ordinarily would with a nice clean release. So they've taken that into account and taken about 3 inches more ice. Top 8 foot being the target area, right at the Viterra logo.
Matt Dunstone, final stone, opening end. 2023 Viterra Championship semifinal game.
Okay, you got a little bit of room.
No, line's good.
A little bit of room, guys.
Line's good.
Still room.
Off. No, line's good.
Yeah, line is good. Line's good for
Just
top
top 8.
Even top 12 is fine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit, Pete. A little bit,
Hard.
Pete. Yep, Pete.
Whoa.
Go hard, Pete.
Whoa,
Hard.
whoa, whoa.
Did that rock ever finish?
Tremendously precise placement of that stone, and the reason to be top of the rings rather than deep is the deeper in, the easier for Calvert to come past and tap it out. That simply is not available to him, and he has been forced to take a single point here in the opening end.
So he's looking at a completely different path. This is the path that they did throw practice rocks down, designed to have the rock finish straddling the center line. Almost 2 feet more ice than Matt Dunstone took.
Braden Calvert.
Line's good. Hair snug. Okay, line's good.
Line's good.
Final shot of
Line's
the
good.
opening
Keep
end.
moving down. Okay. Starting to curl now. Starting to curl.
At the hog line, about 2.5 feet away from the center line.
Keep going. Keep going.
At the McMunnon Yates logo, nearly at the center line. And as it comes to a rest, a good rock and a half inside of the center line. Tremendous movement.
Nice bite to the button. Perfect draw weight. Braden will not be thinking about it, but if he'd had that shot last night, entirely different score at the end of the game. Maybe not a different result. We'll never know. But it is 1-0. Calvert over Dunstone in the Viterra Championship semifinal game. We'll be back with end number 2 in a moment.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Sunrise Morning Draw, brought to you by Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Where can you find handmade pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, the finest Manitoba-sourced fried chicken, and so much more? Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork, locally grown, globally preferred.
Back at center ice of the Yellowhead Center in Neepawa, Manitoba, the 2023 Viterra Championship. 2 shots to end the first end tell us these guys are ready to play, and it's going to be a dandy. The very precise draw by Matt Dunstone to the top edge of the 8-foot circle, dead behind a corner guard. No opportunity at all for Calvert to try to play that shot. Had to make the draw. Not the precision required on the draw, but certainly the precise weight, and he drew the edge of the button. 2 wonderful shots to start.
Really intriguing to hear the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between BJ Neufeld down on his knees behind the tee line for Matt's last stone with the brushers on and off and on and off and wanting to put it exactly in the spot that Matt tapped it. It's even perhaps transcends the shot itself. It tells the whole team that they're firing on all cylinders. In a club game, the first end or two, maybe you're still thinking about what you had for breakfast. The focus on the Dunstone team is palpable this morning, which is not to say the Calvert team isn't, but that shot speaks volumes about the level of play and the intensity they brought to the game this morning.
Okay, good shot, Pete.
Just need more ice. Good throw.
The draw behind the corner guard, a little bit heavy, but over curled. Matt immediately acknowledging he needed to give them a little more ice on that. So
the Wings are giving them just a little bit of a challenge so far this morning. We saw it on the opening end with a shot from the Calvert team, and we saw it just now with Matt Dunstone, who prides himself on guessing right when putting the brush down early in a game, and the Wings are showing a little more movement than he anticipated.
Line's good. Gotta curl a bit. Line's good.
Ian McMillan going around the two center guards.
Hard. Hard finish. Hard. Hard. Gotta go. Go. Really gotta go. Gotta go.
Oh, boy.
Brings it near to, but not touching the center line.
Pardon me?
You can see from that view that maybe
Yeah, I think hockey, even if you don't kill it, I think just spray
2 inches of the rock are visible from the right hack that Colton Lott is throwing from. But with hack weight, they're confident that they can get enough of the rock to not only remove it, but keep their shooter in the rings.
Interesting difference in that result. If that had that rock gotten to the center line, probably Dunstone does the double peel on the guards.
No question.
So just a slight difference in placement changes the path or the pattern of the end.
All the way to it, Pete.
Past the top, past the second guard.
Great shot.
Not only a great shot, but again, they just make it look so easy. That the degree of difficulty on that shot, selecting the right weight, getting out to the broom, brushing it as needed, and then with Ryan Harnden leaning on the brush to scratch it in the direction it was moving. That's a 9 out of 10 difficulty shot. Made it look easy.
Ian McMillan's in-turn hit. He'll look for a little hit and roll to the center line. Just across center now, pokes out on the other side. Even more, this one provides the opportunity for Dunstone to try to use the two centers.
There's an anxiousness with the Calvert team in a good way, but even there, Braden actually called for a little too much brushing and got the overroll. They'll modulate that.
Hard sweep to get it past the two guards. Succeeds, and we'll get the inside roll dead behind.
Rob Gordon, one of the strongest pound-for-pound brushers in the game, in the men's game, and not sure what the relationship was at the beginnings in the sense of who learned from whom, but he and his dear partner, Kristen McCush, powerhouse sweepers, and they use what I tried once and promptly fell on my rear end, the tiptoe technique when they're really leaning on it. But incredible ability to move the rock in the direction he's brushing it. Kristen, of course, a member of Team Laws, who we enjoyed commentating on a couple of weeks ago in East St. Paul.
So a choice between corner freezing on the red stone behind the 2 yellows, or going right around it into the 4-foot, into the button. And that's the call.
Calling exactly 5 feet of ice, middle of the 12-foot.
Got to bite 8. Line's good. Line's good for the... No, we can't.
No, line's perfect.
Okay. Just to the hack.
I misspoke. The call was to come to that red stone. In fact, tapped it a little more than he wanted to.
Was playing a corner freeze, and not much heavy, but speaking of changing the complexion of the end, that little bounce off changes the complexion of this end now.
Clean. Well then. Just clean.
This is a real touch shot by BJ.
Clean. Pete. Pete hard. Colton.
Whoa.
Whoa. Colt. Whoa. Pete. You gotta go. Good shot. Just a little bit heavy on everything right now, right? Yeah. Board weight.
So the roll to the outside by BJ Neufeld creates the opportunity for Calvert to have Kyle Kurz again play outside in across the face of the stone, roll to the center line.
They need to make one of these, Resby, and it might be this one right here. It's getting late in the end.
Whoa. Curl. Hard roll. Go.
He got his roll, but not far enough. Still leaves the opportunity for Neufeld to come to the nose, maybe get a little inside roll.
Even roll away, Beach. This is the call, actually.
Hack.
Yep, hack.
They like the idea of keeping the rocks as separated as possible, even though it puts them at risk of an inside roll.
But this one, if they get the roll, will roll back across the tee line.
Clean, yep.
Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Yes, just go.
Neither in nor out, really, and now Calvert does have the opportunity that he's needed to get out of this end.
No, like big board. Just want to roll it. You just want to push this over an inch, right? That's it. Right, so you don't want him to come off of it, right? If we roll right here, right beside it, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't want to bump this too far, right?
No, I think you just roll right beside it. Okay. Move it an inch.
Board weight?
Yeah, board weight.
A nose hit does absolutely no good to Braden Calvert here. He has to get the inside roll.
Yeah. So up last then, you said? Yeah.
The ideal result is that little roll to touch the red stone, not move it very far, but any kind of inward motion on this shot gets Calvert out of a fair bit of difficulty here, facing 3.
See the amount of rotation he puts on the rock, about 3 rotations between the hog lines. Designed to let it track more accurately.
Past the guard, does get the nose hit.
I think we go in now, eh?
Nose is pretty good.
Yeah, if we can roll this in just so he's got no hacks, like.
If he knows, what is he doing?
Braden perhaps a little more weight than he wanted to throw, because they were yelling for the sweep for Rob Gordon to hold it straight in order to clear the top guard. So in that sense, that throw never really had a chance.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
I quite like the nose. I mean, any flip in makes that shot easier.
Yeah.
I
Unless we
think
get all
any flip outside, you're giving him this double.
We can't flip outside.
I like nose.
Okay. And I think if we're flipping in, let's let it just go.
You bet.
Okay.
Then he might play this draw.
You like
but
board?
Whatever you like. Board or, I mean, mine were closer to board.
Hack's good. Hack, we get a little bit more wiggle room with this.
I think I can speak for Resby when I say we really enjoy calling Matt Dunstone's games. We don't have to say much.
The analysis that you hear from particularly Matt and BJ is very insightful. You get good input as well from, but not very often from the sweepers talking. It really is Matt and BJ are on the same wavelength. Colton and Ryan are interested observers on the discussion and active participants once the shot is made or being made.
Now comes the execution. Matt's very regimented pre-shot routine, the number of times he spins the rock, the touch of the nose.
Dunstone's first shot here in the second end. Looking for a little bit of a nose hit, a little bit of inside roll if he can.
Colton, hard Colton. Hard Colton. Whoa,
Hard.
Whoa, whoa.
He's going to stay out, roll. He does leave Calvert the hit and roll opportunity from the outside.
You can probably roll into the bottom half of it still with steel.
No double opportunity, simply too flat. So he's got to make a perfect roll, which so far has been a challenge for both teams.
He'll play the shot that he saw Kyle Kurz play a couple shots ago.
And then he can still maybe even play board at it.
It's a third.
Yeah.
They're looking at the outturn hit and roll.
I don't mind the double.
Either play this or play peel and try to roll into the side of it and sit there.
Playing and making the double, of course, limits the damage to a deuce for Matt Dunstone. It's a 7-foot angle double, but
third rock?
Yeah, thin third. Third of a rock makes it.
they'll make it 7 or 8 times out of 10.
Guys, I don't have a live screen on the telestrator for some reason. I've just got the advertising frozen.
So Braden Calvert facing 3 with his last stone.
Thank you.
Playing the out-turn hit. Looking for a double kill.
Hard! 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 Attaboy.
And does make that double kill. Minimizes the danger. Gives Dunstone the opportunity for a 2 in an end that looked very much like it could be a possible 3 developing all the way along. Good decision by the team to play that bailout shot.
No, I just did.
Matt Dunstone's final stone of the second.
Line's good.
Line's never an issue.
Yeah, line's real, hanging out there pretty good, guys.
Line's never an issue.
Hanging out there pretty good.
As the rock comes to the hog line. Calvert's front end players, one on either side of the sheet, raise their broom. Salute to Dunstone on a successful draw. 4-2. First advantage to Matt Dunstone and his team as they play Braden Calvert in the Viterra Championship semifinal. 2-1 Dunstone. We'll be back with end number 3 in a moment.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Asham Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Asham Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at asham.com.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Briar in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
2-1 Matt Dunstone over Braden Calvert. 2 teams representing the Winnipeg Fort Rouge Curling Club playing in the semifinal of the Viterra Championship. Dunstone looked like he was building up a possible 3, but a double kill by Calvert with his last stone to minimize the damage. Dunstone draws for a second point, and the 2-1 lead puts up the center line guard just a couple feet short of the rings, just touching the center line, and right around it, Calvert, Rob Gordon, Stone.
Fighting the 4. Top 4.
Textbook start for the Dunstone team, forcing Calvert to a single in the opening end where they had hammer, and then getting a deuce on an even end. So it's an 8-end game now with Dunstone up 1. Ideal position, ideal opening.
Nipawin has interesting connection to the Page playoff history here at the championship. Back in the days it was the Safeway Championship. 2002, Mark Lukowicz went undefeated through the former format. Was the last team that the teams played the A-B side format, Lukowicz winning both the A and the B. And there was no final game as a result. No final game necessary, although it had been scheduled, obviously, in case needed. The next year, 2003, began the Page playoff in the scheme of things. Only one time has the winner of the bottom side of the Page draw, the 2-2 draw, come through to win. That, of course, was very, you can tell me.
I can.
I stumped him. Rob Fowler, 2012.
Exactly. Right.
Derek Semigolski on the Carruthers team was on the Fowler team. They came through. They beat William Lyburn in the semifinal. They beat Mike McEwen in the final. B.J. Neufeld was on that team. So B.J. Neufeld has that connection to the Page playoff history. The only team to have lost the final to the 2-2 team has now got the opportunity to win the final as the 2-2 team.
And what we can say is, at least until now, Resby, no Winnipeg-based team has ever come from the bottom side of the Page playoff to win the final.
Also true. And again, I claim no ownership of that information. I thank you again to Rick Mutton.
It's close with Hack. Yeah, and if we just miss it, it's a pretty good shot still. Yeah. Yep.
So this is a different looking end. This is the string of pearls end, as we've been referring to it on our broadcasts, where a lineup of rocks, all corner frozen or close to it. Now with an upweight shot to rearrange things.
Close. Yep.
Ian McMillan.
Here, big. Yep.
Just curls to the guard, taps it away.
Attaboy, real good.
Perhaps hangs on for a biter. That
Real good.
the way these rocks will move may or may not ever come into play.
These two yellows
To finish the story on the Page playoff, this is the 20th time we've played the Page playoff final. So with one of them having been won by the 2-2 game, obviously 18 have been won by the teams that were in the 1-1 game. 12 times the winner of the 1-1 game has won the Page playoff. 6 times the loser has dropped to the semifinal and then gone back to defeat the winner in the final. And thank you very much, Rick.
Colton Lott being asked to nose hit the stone that rolled to the edge of the 12-foot, to sit right there.
Yep. No. Good.
Get rid of that biter.
Nose with back line.
Yeah. Got to push this here.
Yeah. Just try to jiggle those yellows around there a bit. Nose with back line.
Again, our athletes on the ice, the best part of our color commentating team. You heard the technical jargon. We'll jiggle those yellow ones around a little bit.
Come on.
Just through.
Okay. Oh, yep. Hard.
Real good, buddy.
Make this. This red's going nowhere.
So Dunstone, the yellows having been jiggled a little bit. Dunstone can see most of the yellow rock in the side of the 4-foot. Hit and roll out to the 8-foot. Could give him a double kill on the yellows.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Drives it straight past the one behind the button.
Can we make the back double?
It's real thin.
Okay.
Make this roll here.
Can I play board and maybe roll into it and push it out a bit?
It's real thin.
Okay.
Be nice if you threw board and just got by our yellow.
Yeah.
If it hangs a little, just roll. Is this bad?
Does it touch your back yellow though?
A little more consultation here.
Hit on the right side maybe.
Some angles to look at. Maybe an opportunity here for the Calvert team.
I think it's missing it either way, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we stuff it there, it probably won't be shot. So I'm playing this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah.
What kind of weight you seeing? Control or board?
Either or.
Good board? Solid
Yeah,
board?
good board. Curls here.
It'll curl in there. Don't let it cross the center line there. Half rock.
The key outcome is to have 3 yellow stones in the rings, but spaced as far apart from each other as possible. They'll worry about the red rocks with the next one.
Yep.
Whoa! Curl!
So it is the Kyle Kerr's intern. Just rubs that top yellow, rolls a little too far.
Advantage Dunstone.
I think you're just trying to stuff us into here with board.
Okay.
Can't throw a guard on it. This is supernatural.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like quarter rock with board.
Oh, I like this. Okay. Board me.
Unless anyone be spooked by the reference to the supernatural. In fact, that was simply the comment that this is an automatic double kill. Very natural angle.
So long as your name is BJ Neufeld.
Exactly.
Really gotta go, Cole. Really gotta go.
So they are playing the bumper right want to contact yellow and roll across. They're not going to get as much as they wanted to. But do leave 4 red stones in the rings. 1 lonely yellow biting the back of the forefoot.
Great comment by BJ on one half of the sheet needing to, with an intern release, be very positive to the brush, to set it out to the line rather than just releasing it on the line.
So once again, Kyle Kerr is not able to get quite the amount of contact that he needed and rolls his shooter out of play, removes only 1 red rock, and now Dunstone has concluded the time is right to make the play to remove that yellow stone and roll outside to lie 4.
The force obviously being on, and not the outcome that Calvert was playing for.
Right on the nose with control.
So the nose hit will remove the yellow. It'll bounce the red stone off the yellow back corner of the 12-foot. Maybe rolls out of play, maybe not. Not really a concern. Forces Calvert to consider either a draw freeze or a hit and roll.
Hard.
Placement of this rock will determine that. Makes the nose hit. Does roll that back red right out of play.
Good sweep, Pete. Very good.
Nice shot.
Nice.
I think I like that. Yeah. Roll it to here or even roll it to there.
Yeah. Forward weight.
Yeah. Throw it good, buddy.
Yeah.
Braden Calvert, his first stone here in the 3rd end. Still thinking about
Forward weight.
scoring a pair.
Try and roll it right in there.
Rolling right to the red stone may result in something good happening. Worst case scenario, Matt Dunstone plays a run back. Probably everything leaves the rings and you get a blank.
Just a little big, I thought.
Low risk shot call here, in the sense that even if it comes to it, Braden knows that he has draw weight in his back pocket and can use his final stone to score one if that's the way the end unfolds. But he would like a blank.
Curls just a little across the face, a bit of a roll under, but not fully under. Just enough of a roll that they can't play the open side of the stone as it'll jam back.
You just dead stuff it, hey? Like, not worried about the shooter?
Yeah, I'll call that.
Okay. I like a little bit more, Beach. Where's control the weight here? If I throw normal, we're going to lose one. Then he plays the double to blank. I wonder if control's the weight, Beach. Because he's just going to have a double to blank if...
No, I think we're going to stick both of these, Matt.
Okay.
Control, or normal weight, 2/3, you're good.
Okay.
Sticking the shooter in the target rock eliminates the possibility of a blank, but will leave the 4-foot available to Braden Calvert.
Matt Dunstone's final stone of the third end.
Whoa. Pete. Gotta go, Pete. Hard, Pete. Okay. Good job.
And does he roll out? Yes, he does. That's what Matt was worried about.
A little bit of an overthrow by Matt.
So Barry, is this a hit for one or an attempted blank?
Don't know.
Not a great angle.
It's not a great angle.
Gets the double, he may still stick on the edge of the 12-foot.
Might be the option play, but not with the weight he's throwing. This is a hit for one.
And he makes it. Dead nose, 2-2 tie. Braden Calvert twice has been forced to take a single point, once in the first with a draw, once in the third with a hit. Dunstone has scored his deuce in the second, has taken last rock away from the Braden Calvert team, and Dunstone has last rock going to the fourth, which we will have for you in just a moment.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
Yeah.
The opening stone of the end, Braden Calvert having been forced to take a single, the opening stone of the end is, as you'd predict, a center line guard, tight-ish to the rings, and Dunstone asks Ryan Hardin to go wide with a corner guard.
Textbook strategy to try to fashion a 2 here. Equally textbook strategy by the Calvert team without hammer. to try to limit Dunstone to a single, or in an ideal world, to steal one of their own.
Yeah, she's really cutting. Yeah, Kyle. Okay. Good spot.
Put the second center guard a little closer than they might have wanted to the first one.
Top eight.
Good. Let this work a bit. No, line's good.
Just line.
Just top 8 on this line.
Close to tee.
Okay, off then.
You'll recall in the second end, this is the stone that over-curled right past a corner guard. Matt gave an extra rocks width of ice.
Very nice feed.
Perfect.
Maybe peeking out just a little on the outside, but certainly not the foot or so of overcurl that they got the first time they went this direction. So Calvert will ignore and go around the center guards.
And then the fun begins.
Line's good. Top 8. Okay.
The staggered front guards providing a little bit of more interesting cover. The problem, though, as Resby pointed out, they're pretty close together, easily doubled off. But it might take 2 shots to get to the stone on the forefoot if this one bends in perfectly.
Keep going.
And top forefoot just across center.
Matt's coming down to it.
Seeing that with back 12? Or we go hack and do this.
Love that.
Yep.
Like just straight double.
Making maximum use potentially of that corner guard by having 2 Dunstone stones behind it. Something that at the club level, Resby, is really difficult to do for 2 reasons. Less lively rocks and less lively ice in the house.
Exactly.
Yep, Ryan. Whoa, clean.
And with respect, perhaps a third reason.
Hard! Gotta go, Beach.
Nice tap back rolls, but will he get behind the corner? Not really. The third reason, perhaps less lively curlers.
Some things probably go without saying, Resby.
Roll it to the center.
But yes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, this one's quite a bit lower.
I'm still recovering from a licking we took Thursday night in the men's league at the Granite, where our own teammate deep in the game said, "You know, I just don't think we're good enough to play corner guards." Which prompted a team meeting over an adult beverage after the game, but he was probably right.
So, a guard is considered good enough to be a problem by Calvert. They'll try to run it through. Removes guard, removes 2 rocks from the edge of the 12-foot, and rolls to the center to cluster 3 guards up the center line now.
Speaking of shots not made Thursday night at the Granite, that's one of them. What a shot. Look at the pace on this stone and the way in which the action of the gear effect on the second stone splits the third stone right across the length of the tee line.
Straight sideways out of the rings.
Okay, just fighting the 4. Line's great. Line's great.
A full 24, 25 feet of distance.
Yep.
It's always Ryan when you go. Nope, I don't think you need to ever. No.
Well, maybe not. I may have doubled those numbers
Got a 15 on his.
a little early in the day. So back to the button. Calvert will go around to it.
So the big crooked number, as a result of that shot, regardless what the distance was, is no longer at play likely. So we're back to a finesse game, right in the scoring area, with Dunstone still trying to fashion
Line will be good. No, line's good.
a pair of points.
Rob a bit. Go, Rob. Hold it.
And now the scoring area is getting very small indeed.
But Dunstone is able to go around the other side.
What? And then we're getting fours.
Yeah. Double keel's no good.
Quick consideration, but very little consideration of the bailout peel shot on the guards. Dunstone acknowledging if they do that, they probably are forced to a single, so they're still thinking two. There's room fully in the top of the forefoot, biting the button to be second shot. Calvert will have to go around the other side following his previous shot if this rock ends up where Matt Dunstone and his team want it.
This one's really going to walk over right now.
Hard, hard. That's a good spot. Very nice.
Comes a little bit short, but it is very much available to be tapped with a later Dunstone stone.
Tough for him to tap that, I think.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're right. That was more of a hope rather than an observation.
I hope it's tough for him to tap it.
The fact that he ended the sentence with "I think," again, curling jargon meaning no idea. Worried, though. And that's a testament to head ice technician Greg Owasco and his team.
So it is the Kyle Kerrs, his second stone, last third stone for the Calvert team. They'll go around the outside, try to tap his yellow stone just placed there with his previous rock.
Again, Kyle, lots of rotation on his stone. Rob Gordon carving it.
I didn't see it, no. Yeah, I think if we're playing this, it's like a backline wait into this and get out of town.
Matt seems to be thinking that's difficult.
It's almost half.
It's just backline wait.
Yep.
Playing the playing the angle tap. Even though the red rock from this view is overburied, and there's a distance of 6 feet between the yellow guard and the red rock, they're still playing the angle tap. This is arena ice at its finest. BJ getting a pretty good look at it.
Oh, it's cold and hard. Really got to go. Close.
Sweep,
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
sweep to curl it.
Right now. Whoa, Colton. Colton, hard. Hard. The shooter gone. Very good.
What a shot.
Cap it frozen. Yeah, I think we try to get to.
He maybe probably is lying too, but that's not the way they're going to end up. It is an attempt now to follow the Kyle Kerrs stones with just enough weight to tap yellow onto yellow, back to the button, maybe frozen, maybe not.
That's what T-line wait.
And they just played it.
T-line wait.
T-line. Yep. Right to nose. Yep. Try and work it in there. See at the end.
Braden Calvert's first stone of this fourth end.
How's weight? Close. Yep. Whoa.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh. Whoa. Rob. Rob, you gotta go. You gotta go, Rob. You gotta go. Hard. Hard. Get it to move. Get it to move. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
He's got the weight for the double tap, 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 and tap.
I believe the force is on.
Red does lie one. Very difficult to do anything with the first shot. Question is there a two-shot possibility?
That's all that there is.
Out if you want as well. They know it, I guess.
How's that look? I think that'll be good. Like right on the edge of the Canadians logo, eh?
Yeah, that's ideal.
I'm getting two arrows on the telestrator for some reason, Resby, but we'll try again.
So you heard the reference to the Canadians logo. Long guard to cover that path. One more Calvert stone down the path. Now a tap, tap, tap gives yellow shot stone, and Dunstone acknowledging he's got to prevent that.
Okay, line's good. A little early. Room right now.
Line's good. Line's
room,
good.
room.
Let it work, Cole.
Pass to Curl. Ryan.
Whoa. Line's okay.
Ryan, you gotta go a bit.
Hard.
Okay, whoa, whoa.
Line's good.
There's the Canadians logo he was talking about.
Yep.
They have blocked off the path.
Run the ready just through. Or the 6. Right there. One of the two.
A little deeper than they would have wanted because
You lie 3 berries there, yeah. It's like a sliver high.
if the run back is selected, it just makes it correspondingly a bit easier.
They're like an inch of space.
I think the red's easier, but the yellow's better shot.
This one, there's about an inch between both. Inch and a half. If you run it right onto here, they're both gone. Yeah. Let's make it.
They're looking
Run
at
it right
both
onto here,
run
they're both
backs.
gone.
Yeah. Nice peel.
Nice peel, sliver high.
Right there.
And they've selected the yellow stone as their target stone with peel weight.
Nice peel, guys.
7/8.
Yeah.
7 seconds hog to hog, plus or minus.
Outside middle for the draw.
Braden Calvert, yellow stones, final stone of the end. One red rock, one Dunstone rock to come. Calvert running the yellow, looking for a raise, double kill on red. Over curls, removes all the guards. And now the question is, can Matt Dunstone see a shot for 2?
That's a shot, eh, Pete? You seen anything else?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Speed should be
It'll be very good.
decent.
So there's nothing with the reds. The yellow that was promoted some time ago is just too solidly in there to be removed. So they will try to draw to that little sliver of the button that you can see in that shot.
With the ugliest view from the hack for a right-hander that you could possibly envision, Resby. but he's not seeing those guards. I know you have a story about guards that aren't there.
No, he needs to pass almost in the middle between those two guards, miss either of them by a foot to draw to that bite of button.
Hey, I got good line.
A nice positive release.
Got a real good line. A little bit of room right now. A little bit of room. Has to come off this guard a little. Hard, Colt.
Colt.
Nope. Line's good.
Right now.
Hard,
Go,
Colt.
Colt and
Hard,
hard.
Colt. Hard, Colt.
Does Rob. And so it is, the force of one. So a small victory for Braden Calvert after being forced on two ends to take a single after giving Matt Dunstone a two opportunity. Calvert has forced Dunstone to a single with a series of well-placed tap shots and a rock on the button. It is Dunstone 3, Calvert 2, coming to the fifth end. We'll have that in a moment.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO. Masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Asham Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Asham Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at asham.com.
Here we are back in the Yellowhead Centre in Neepawa, Manitoba. Matt Dunstone attempts a low percentage, unlikely draw to the back of the button, and it does not make it. Neither team surprised by the fact he didn't make it, no concern that he didn't. It was, as B.J. Neufeld said, let's not waste a lot of time calling this shot, an acknowledgement that they probably weren't going to make it anyway. Looking across the way, you see the head of a trophy that is about 6 feet tall, and as it pulls back, you'll see a little trophy table over there. Believed to be the tallest trophy in curling internationally. If anyone makes the claim that it isn't, my guess is Curl Manitoba will add to the height to claim the title back. It is the trophy symbolic of the provincial hit, draw, tap competition. We'll have at noon here on the ice for the Viterra Championship kids from across the province in 3 different age groups, really young people, almost toddlers, but a little older than that. I don't have the exact numbers, but let's say 8 and under, 7 and 8 under, 10, 12, and then a little older. And they'll play the 3 shots, the hit, the draw, the tap, for a provincial championship. And that big trophy is won by all of them, Barry, but there are individual trophies for the winners in each category. It's a fun competition, but part of the development program by Curl Manitoba.
Fabulous.
Yep.
So we did have that typical center guard by Dunstone. Again, right on that McMonagle and Yates logo. Calvert around it. Dunstone follows. Calvert follows. This is Rob Gordon's second shot of the end.
We're full 12. No, we're top 8. We're heavy. Okay. We're heavy. We're top T.
Yep. Hard.
Hard, buddy. Okay, well. Fine. Okay, that's fine.
I think so.
Just board.
Board weight, Colt.
Board.
Just that board weight, that lightweight hit to roll off the Yellowstone into the center line. Maybe nudge the red forward a wee bit.
We're into the chess game aspect of in the middle of the game now, the fifth end. Jiggling rocks, repositioning them slightly. all with very manageable weight that the brushers can make great use of.
Rolled further than wanted, wide open. Calvert can see the hit and roll to the outside, removes both reds. Probably leaves both yellows in the rings.
And you could stick it here, but how much are we hitting? Well, you could hit 2/3, then 3/4.
Matt Dunstone standing at the back hack, talking himself through the fact that on that last throw, again, the ice took him by surprise just a little bit. He'll make an adjustment.
Gotta go.
Ian McMillan.
Really gotta go.
Worst possible result. Picks his own out from behind the red stone. Could have been satisfied with removing both of them.
Control of the end, speaking of control, has shifted to Dunstone now.
Heavy control. Hold on. Just clean.
We're seeing early evidence of it, Resby, but here we are again in a crucial game. A shot here and a shot there.
So that rock sits to bite and creates the double kill opportunity.
Yeah. You got it, bud. We're good.
McMillan's in-turn hit, as you heard, thin half. Get the outside one, spring back to the one in the middle. Touches it, but rolls across the face. Does he hang for a bite? Spins back in at the end. Yes, he does. We've all seen that rock spin in at the end.
Like a high guard.
We spoke earlier of the narrow running band surfaces on the underside of these rocks, and the fact that the pressure on the pebble from that narrow surface is greater than if it were wider. It leads to that final lazy quarter turn of the rock coming back in the direction from which it traveled.
So Matt was willing to attack here a little bit with a rock biting the button. Talked about a second center guard. BJ quickly saying, is that one in the rings? As if to say, without saying, if it's in the rings, hit it, for goodness sakes.
BJ likes the feel of this game already. He knows his team's making everything. And the idea of risk, he has a very low tolerance for at this stage of the game.
Well, as I said a few moments ago, in effect, Matt Dunstone has won 3 ends against 1 by Calvert. Dunstone has forced Calvert twice and scored a deuce. Each of those is a win. Calvert has forced Dunstone once. So they play across the face of the rock in the wings, hoping to roll to the center line. Does exactly that. Pushes it back, rolls up under the center line guard. Yellow shot rock.
Just hack weight. Once again, the amount of movement in the ice making this shot not only possible but probable.
Yep. 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 Whoa. Colton hard. Colton. Really gotta go. Colton. Chase this Pete. Go Pete. Go. Great shot.
Does get past and tap it through. Leaves another double kill opportunity. hopes to roll up under the guard. The number of times we've said Calvert has another double kill opportunity suggests there are too many red stones in the rocks too often.
Yeah, they've been on the back foot the entire end. And that one came from nowhere.
And Dunstone leaps to the opportunity presented. Dead behind the guard, biting the top of the button is the objective.
Bite the lid here. Give you what I have been.
Line's good. Queen. Room.
Line's great.
Wait if it's top four.
Hit a room.
Wait if it's top four.
Hit a room here.
It's always Pete's. It's always Pete's. It's always Pete's.
Gotta bite the button on this line.
Yeah, bite the button, guys. Bite the button, Pete.
Never off, Pete.
Gotta go, Pete.
Hard!
Keep going, Pete. Never off, never off, never off, never off, never off. Got it. Great weight.
Tremendous communication. Excellent throw. And then the brushers managing the rock the entire length of the ice.
Okay. Yeah, we can even just play that.
Yeah, just get, if you leave a piece open, he's just picking it, right?
Back 8.
Yep.
Speaking of iconic images, over by the Seagram's VO sign, there's Connie Laliberty. As ever, taking images of the action.
Back 8. Get right to
Just tap it back to here.
Highly decorated women's curling champion.
Let's get a little less.
In fact, the first Manitoba women's champion, or the first women's world champion from Manitoba.
A Manitoba treasure.
Kind of what I threw over here,
And
right?
you could fairly say created in many ways the opportunities for the women, the Manitoba curlers, and across Canada. She was part of the group that created the opportunities for champions to follow.
A little bit early. Yep.
Oh, easy.
Oh.
So Braden Calvert, with the in-turn tap, hopes to pass close by that guard, get to the nose of the Dunstone stone, just throw him, push it back. Does just that. Ends up lying shot rock.
I think this is quite hard.
Yeah, I would agree. I like the run.
Sliver high?
Yeah, sliver high.
That rock is,
A little bit off middle. I can't see the
was overlapped under the red center guard just enough
pinch high, eh?
that Matt felt he couldn't get to it with a downweight shot. So this is a straight, almost nose, millimeter high,
Nose is good too.
full speed run back.
Yes, the risk of playing past and jamming yellow back onto the red rock in the back of the forefoot. Very real in Dunstone's mind, so he'll run.
Close. Clean, whoa. Clean, clean.
Hard.
Whoa, whoa.
Straight run back, removes the rock from the back of the rings, but In fact, there we have red line 2, center guard forces Calvert to a draw.
Non-rhetorical question. Do you think this curling is any good? Perfection.
So once again, for the third time, Calvert is forced to play facing 2. Forced to a draw facing 2 in the opening end. Forced to a hit facing 2 in the third end. And now forced to a draw facing 2 here in the fifth.
He has backing, but he really doesn't care about that.
Line's good. Gotta curl a bit. Running like it's hot right now. Okay, yep. Whoa, easy. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, no, Ian a bit, Ian a bit, Ian a bit. Ian, just go. Ian, go. Go, you got it. Attaboy.
And draws to it, does not touch that backing stone, biting the button. So it is a 3-3 game after 5 here in our Viterra Championship semifinal. We'll be back with Matt Dunstone, Braden Calvert, and their teams in Neepawa after the mid-game break.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50-50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50-50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen now.
It means coming together, helping one another, being there, showing support. That's community. Getting together with your chums you want to curl with.
It's important to volunteer, help out as much as we can.
I love curling.
I love curling.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork, locally grown, globally preferred.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Knott Auto Corp have been pioneers as well.
Why not?
Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto
Why
services.
Not?
Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can get your tickets now for the Progressive 50-50 in support of the Neepawa Curling Club and the Yellowhead Center by scanning the QR code on your screen now. The final draw will be February 12th at 3:45. Tickets are 1 for $3, 2 for $5, 5 for $10, or 12 for $20.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
Welcome back to the 2023 Viterra Men's Curling Championship here in sunny Neepawa, Manitoba. Barry Gorlick speaking to you as my commentating partner Resby Coots retakes his position. An elimination game between Matt Dunstone and Braden Calvert, all tied up. Heading into the 6th end, we've spoken before about the fact that the only treatment of the ice during the 5th end break is that it gets a heavy mop. So we'll look for the ice to have a little more speed. Matt Dunstone with hammer in the even ends, a position exactly what he would have hoped for with a 5-end game remaining, perhaps 3 hammers to Calvert's 2. Resby, game on for sure, advantage Dunstone.
Dunstone truly has controlled the game, not in any dramatic way, but using the definition used earlier, the Dunstone team has in fact won 4 ends out of 5. They've forced Calvert to single points on 3 ends, 2 draws and a hit, facing 2 each time. Dunstone scoring a deuce on the 2nd end, so that's a win. And Calvert forcing Dunstone once to a single point. So not dramatic control, but just that little bit of edge appears to be on the Dunstone side so far.
And a single deuce so far. It could be the only one we see, and frankly, Matt Dunstone would be content with that if that's the way it unfolded, because he will win by a single point. It's nerve-wracking for the viewers, perhaps, more than the curlers. They're very comfortable to be in this position.
But as I walk down to ice level to get a little cool air down there and get a sense of what's going on, 2 or 3 different people that involved in the ice crew and so on all commented virtually the same comment, maybe different words, but boy, are these guys good.
Aren't they, though? I'm assuming you also walked outside to admire the machine that greets us at the entranceway to the Yellowhead Community Center. It's a tractor provided by one of the provincial sponsors, RME, a case tractor with a price tag of $85,000, Resby. So the farm economy must be alive and well. It's very fancy. It seems to have air conditioning. It has a sunroof, and as a city slicker, I actually thought might be kind of nice to drive home in that, but apparently you don't take them on the highway.
Not often, and yes, the rural audience that may be watching has clearly ascertained from your descriptive terminology that you are a city slicker.
Now, in fairness, because my many family members who are lifting our viewing numbers this morning, my roots are the thriving metropolis of Shell Valley, Manitoba, located between Russell and Roblin. That said, my parents took one look at me and thought, we'll raise him in the city.
Not far then from Togo, Saskatchewan.
Not far.
There, I pulled one name
Not
just to
bad.
impress.
Yeah. And hello to my cousins in Yorkton, Saskatchewan.
So we have a little fun as these opening rocks unfold. Colton Lott with his first of this sixth end.
Line's good. Bit of room. Line's
Top,
good.
top four.
Go ahead. Okay, line's good. Bit of room. Think just to here. Just to here. Go ahead. Curling a little earlier than Peace.
So a little bit of clutter on the oft-mentioned McMunn and Yates logo, about 4.5 feet above the 12-foot. But Matt Dunstone is making maximum use of his opponent's guards at this point.
2 rocks behind, and Calvert will play. A nose hit should remove 2 red stones and should leave a center line guard. Ian McMillan has the ability to throw the weight required. No question about that.
Effortless power from Ian, another top athlete. Massive lower body strength, tremendous leg drive.
Great shot.
But rolls across open.
You can see the way in which Kyle Kurse was holding it on line.
Great shot, Ian.
And that's one of those, okay, now we can take a breath shots, because they were in a little bit of trouble. Another one of the shots that simply had to be made, and he made it.
2 yellow stones in play in the rings. Pair of rocks bracketing the center line.
The idea by the Calvert team needing to force Dunstone to a single here.
Hard! Really got to go, Ryan. Hard!
Yep. Yep. Very good.
And a dead roll to the bite the pinhole.
Very nice spot.
There's a port, which at this level is a big port, but simply removing that rock might not do much ultimately. So they're playing the finesse shot, at least talking about the finesse shot, a corner freeze.
But they've gone back now to
Yeah, but you got it running. You got it running over. Nice. You want Pete sweeping that.
They have decided to come through the port with a very control weight hit.
try to roll away from the red stone across the center line.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This one's not working out.
Let's try and line up the jam.
The weight seemed all right, Resby, but the rock didn't budge. Well, wasn't even close. So a bit of a miscall, misfire. It seemed to be throwing well.
So you heard BJ Neufeld's comment. We'll try to line up the jam. They know that Calvert will run the yellow guard up the center line. They want to have them positioned so that the back red stone ends up jamming on the yellow stone in the back of the rings.
Great. Hard line. Okay, well then.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Clean.
Whoa, if it's bouncing, needs to curl.
Go ahead, Cole. No, Ryan. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Good shot.
Understatement. Excellent shot.
Yeah, it's a little scary if you miss. 3/4 high on that one.
Well, here we are then, Resby. Turning point in end number 6. Not only is it a little scary if you miss,
Yeah, but if you can plant.
could be critical to the final outcome.
Yeah. If we ever roll off at all, though,
It's not a long run, but they're still thinking about the last throw that didn't react the way they expected it to. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they never go playing this one.
Okay.
Let's try and plant.
Yep. Peel?
Yep.
Kyle Kurtz's intern. Peel weight.
So, a necessary shot here. If they do miss it, they're not in quite as much trouble as if they miss a draw attempt. So that's the logic, that part of the logic to the hit.
Pardon me, his out turn.
Looking for the nose. Straight back, gets neither. And it does roll away, so there aren't two guards there.
And the logo.
The logo being the desired spot, neither too close nor too far, Resby.
Line's great. Bit of room. Let it work. Okay, we need to be tight.
Final of third stones here in the sixth end.
It's always cold. Hard, you got to go. You just have to. Both go to stop. Have to go. Keep going. Good. Good.
Had to seal up the hole, didn't want to leave the port. They knew that Braden Calvert would play through any kind of an opening, so now they're forcing him to play red into red.
Throw good, bud.
Right on nose should make some noise. Yeah.
Out-turn peel weight.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Needs the nose.
Yep. Yep. Oh. Yep, 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 yep. Good.
Guard rolls away again. He gets rid of the one stone in the top of the 8-foot circle.
He really needed that double because 2 points easily at play for Matt Dunstone. Now going to make use of the two corner guards. Just hit it a little bit low.
So very close to making the triple.
And when I say it, I mean the target rock. It just had to come up, a centimeter at most. This again is the path where we were seeing a lot of movement to the wings, so this will bury easily. It's all about weight.
So he is going to the in-turn, curling wide, leaving the red rock on the button wide open for Calvert. The 2 score will be built from this shot.
Line's great.
Ryan, if you can.
Even
if
them
you're
up.
not past ours. Yep, yep, yep. Gotta go, 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 gotta go.
The T in Viterra.
I don't think so, Vico.
Really perfect.
Go there. Or there. How much you got?
We need to hit a third.
where you got? Right where we got to hit it, even a hair thinner.
Interesting, I was looking at the really perfect comment from the perspective of being a lefty. Rob Gordon is squatted in the hack, the right-hand thrower's hack, and has reported that he can see up to a third of the rock. I think he's being a little bit generous with that, but...
Take a look from the hack there, Decal, see if you like it.
So, the acknowledgement here with this call really by Braden Calvert that playing the center line shot is probably giving up two. Giving up two in the sixth end is probably too many. And so they're willing to take a run at the double kill to get one either way, or get the one behind the guard, so be it. They give up two. The double kill obviously puts them in a position to be lying two and a fourth.
Yeah, I'm going to throw normal then.
Okay, give you an inch more.
Yeah.
normal rather than peel weight in an effort to have the rock clear the guard while still bending into the target stone.
So it's Calvert's last stone here in the sixth end underway. He's got to get past the guard. Does not do so. Contacts the guard, rolls through the rings. Will give up a draw for 3.
That's too bad.
Even was a hair full here. I was even just a hair full. Maybe.
So if this shot is made, Dunstone will take a 3-point lead after 6. Different from the 3-point lead that Carruthers got yesterday against Calvert in a couple of ways. One is that shot came just on a pick and it could not be avoided. This shot made, or this 3, if made, results from a calculated decision by Braden Calvert and his team that they had to take a run at that double kill.
Once or twice or 3 times in a game, it does become risk-reward decision time. It just didn't work out for them.
A little bit of room.
Line's good for that.
Just clean. Room.
Line's good.
Just.
You're all over it.
Just clean
You're all
it,
over
guys.
it.
Guys, just clean it. Just clean it.
BJ worried about the thin possibility on this perfect ice surface of a pick. But Matt, as always, is money.
So it is a 6-3 score now as Dunstone wins another end. This time wins it in a big way. A 6-3 lead for Dunstone over Calvert as we go to the 7th. We'll be back with that 7th end in a moment.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50-50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50-50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba. Or scan the QR code on your screen now.
Well, a big turning point in the end in the game. Matt Dunstone has put a 3 on the scoreboard in the 6th end. Dunstone has had control through the game in a minor way. 3 forces of single points by Calvert, a deuce when he had Hammer in the second end. But now in the 6th, the control breaks the game open a little bit. Perfect draw behind a corner guard. Calvert and his team agreeing that they were looking at giving up 2, which was probably too many. They took a high-risk shot at a double kill, wrecked on a guard, and as a result, Dunstone had a draw to the 4-foot circle for 3 on that 6th end to lead 6-3. So the Calvert team has to score a pair here in the 7th end. Dunstone with his first rock covering the pinhole. Tight corner guard by Rob Gordon.
Line's good.
Don't want to.
Not that anybody needs to learn any lessons, but last end we saw Matt Dunstone make precision use of the corner guard game. All Braden Calvert has to do is mimic that here in the 7th end.
Try and stagger him a bit. Yeah.
They have to use a corner guard, and they're loading the second one onto the same side as protection for at least 1 rock. They're back in the game with a deuce. They're chasing a fast-moving freight train if they're held to a single Resby.
They do get that second mid-range guard. Colton Lott will play a guard center line.
Yeah, looks quite hard. Yeah, we got to stop on this line.
Weight's good.
It has to stop.
Just 2/3.
It just has to stop. Right off.
Not bad, Colt.
All right then, the 5 opening rocks of the end. Attack game on.
Back line on the back line dig. Split the 2 in the house.
Like this?
Yeah. Even if you just get nose and split the 2, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Kind of weight like that back.
Back line?
Yeah, I'm seeing back line.
No attempt here to remove red stones now, just push them into the back of the rings to serve as stoppers if they can.
And every desire to keep every yellow stone somewhere in the rings.
Pushes it through, rolls wide open. Get rid of this stone. That yellow stone needed to stop. Curl a little bit more, a little less weight to get the curl to stay higher in the rings or more up the center line.
Right off.
Colton Lott, an outside in turn hit. Rolls away.
Right here for now.
And the hiccup with all of this is the 2 perfectly placed yellow corner guards aren't going to be useful other than for a roll, because that fairly wide looking path between the red and 2 yellows, given the amount of movement in this ice, is probably not available for a draw.
The only way they come into play, as you say, is a roll or after a run back attempt by Dunstone to possibly remove a yellow stone from the top of the rings might open up the path.
Perfect.
Sails past that guard. Will come deep enough that it will sit in the hole, but
Okay, Hack, yep.
Yeah.
It was on the way to getting behind those two corner guards. That's how much movement there is.
Truly was, but it sits right in the opening. That opening, strange to say, is a lot wider with the out turn than it is with the in.
Easy, clean, yep. Whoa, whoa, clean, clean up, whoa, yep, whoa, 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 Colton. Very good.
Just a little inside roll.
Yeah. Jam that here. Yeah, I'm seeing board.
Yeah,
third.
And Calvert can see the opportunity by following
Good hack, sure.
the Dunstone stone. He can jam the reds, leave a red in the forefoot, but roll behind those two yellow guards to finally have the opportunity to make use of them.
Yep, gotta go.
Yep.
Hard!
Hard! Hard!
Hard!
Hard!
Hard!
Hard! Hard roll! Hard roll! Hard roll!
Terrific shot by Kyle Kurz.
So the two guards now finally in use.
Nice way to fly out of the way.
Could possibly take a run at that yellow past the outside, but would jam it across onto his own red stone. So protected both from in front and behind on the angle, and we'll see BJ Neufeld go behind the guard. Wants to be second shot stone.
Room, just full 8. Line will be good.
You got room.
No, line's good. Line's good.
Coming right down to the
Line
Viterra
straight.
logo.
Right here's your spot. Hard, boys. Come on,
Just
Colt.
top 8.
Come on, Colt. Right to stop here.
Just
Come
get
on.
second shot.
Hard! Okay, good.
Needed second shot, may have it, but has for certain left Calvert the opportunity to play again through the port, roll behind the yellow guards.
That's pretty tight. And it does look as if that red stone is second shot, so it's in a really good position. They're talking about the idea of running the...
Just hack. Okay, yeah. Hair less weight than I just threw.
So here we are, N7. A shot that needs to be made.
A different time, a different score. The shot is to play the run on the guard, but down 3.
Full offense.
Opportunity perhaps to build something with a perfect shot.
Whoa.
Ian.
Whoa, Ian.
Ian.
Whoa, Rob.
Ian.
Rob. Whoa. Ian.
Beautiful weight.
Ian. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Beautiful
Past
weight.
the guard, he gets that little rub, the little roll. 2 rocks now behind those 2 corner guards. 1 red Dunstone shot.
Good toss.
Good meaning fantastic.
Just full 8 here.
Just absolutely a curling shot to sit back and admire. Perfect weight management, the brushers being called on and off and on and off.
And I say this with as high praise. Braden Calvert is a very understated young man. When he said good toss, that was an enthusiastic outburst for him.
Yeah. Very measured. A soft-spoken, accomplished fellow whose spouse is an equally accomplished curler, now living in Carberry with him, Kelsey Rock. For those who follow the women's game.
Yeah, you got room. Room, guys. You got lots of room. Tons.
Room, guys. You gotta wait.
Can't. You have to wait. Have to wait. It's always Pete.
Line's gonna be close.
Hard Pete. Hard Pete.
Whoa.
I think just above the tee on this. A little bit of curl. Yeah. Okay.
So deep of the tee line.
Actually, yeah, that's there for sure.
Calvert
This is there. Even the stick
says, here's the shot that can bring the two Yellowstones into play finally. Past the center line guard, contact red to remove the one red from the rings. And sit open on the far side.
Yeah, board weight. Yeah, board weight, half rock.
For the first time, really, the Calvert team has controlled the play. The Dunstone team making the shots, but they're just a little slide, a foot or two deep, changes the possibilities on this shot.
Isn't this fun?
Stay close, Ian.
The pressure on Ian McMillan, the inside sweeper, almost as much as it is on Braden Calvert, the one throwing the rock.
So it is Calvert's first stone here in the 7th. He's got to make it curl. Curl it to get corner of that red stone. Makes the first contact, does roll out. Didn't get quite as much contact he wanted, perhaps just a little too much weight.
That surprised the entire team. At the hog line, they thought they had it. It just didn't finish.
So once again, Dunstone needs to be top 4 foot. He needs to be second shot. If he doesn't get to second shot position, he does leave Calvert the opportunity to play a difficult outturn through that port to the shot stone.
So he wants it 2 to 2.5 feet shorter, but what an interesting comment. Looking mostly at Ryan Harnden, take 5 feet off for you. In other words, Ryan, just get ready. Not forgetting for a moment that pound for pound, Colton Lott is a very strong brusher.
You can go. Room. You got room, guys.
Line's good. Just go. Get
Just
the weight
full
right.
8. Still got room. It's always Pete's. Always Pete's.
Whoa.
Always Pete's. Hard, Pete.
Yep, just go.
Hard. Line's good.
Just go.
Line's real good.
Just go.
Hard, Pete. Go.
Right to stop. Come on.
Whoa. Yep.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And he does bite top 4 foot buried.
Just got to hit it onto the high side, right? You're always sticking.
Have I mentioned how much fun this is? Folks, you're just seeing absolutely superb curling.
And you can see here Kyle Kerr's looking squatted by the rock. Braden Calvert and Kyle Kerr's looking at a angle run double kill 4-3 to tie the game.
What weight you seen?
You got to throw like firm.
I like firm.
Yeah.
Yep. Like right there?
Yeah.
You got it, bud.
For some reason, I'm still getting double lines on the telestrator. I apologize for that. Oh, the screen is okay.
Braden Calvert outturned, angled raise, double kill attempt. Not going to get close. Going to run it across the face of the two stones in the rings.
That's the game.
2 reds will go on the scoreboard. Calvert team members looking at each other. Do we play on? Do we not? We'll tell you what their decision is. They will play on, but they will trail 8-3 going to the 8th end. They'll give it one more end. It is Dunstone over Calvert, 8-3. We'll be back in just a moment.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Sunrise Morning Draw, brought to you by Sunrise Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Back in the Neepawa Yellowhead Center, an 8-3 lead now for Matt Dunstone. First rock right into the 4-foot circle. The Calvert team will play this end out to see if they can make a couple of points, 2 or 3 points happen. Realistic in their expectations.
They want to put the proverbial crooked number up some way, somehow. What do I mean by that? They're playing for a 3. They're going to go all out. And you never hope for a miss, but let's just say they're going to need a miss or 2 or even 3 half shots from Team Dunstone, who haven't shown any signs of missing anything.
And there's a typical example of not missing a thing. They play the tick shot on from the outside, pushing that Yellowstone from a corner guard position into the rings so that they can hit it next time. That's a shot that was invented in the world of mixed doubles, isn't it, Barry? It was never conceived by anyone playing the fours game until they saw the mixed doubles people in the power play situation playing from the outside in, taking that rock into the rings.
Absolutely, and it's now just part of the arsenal of accepted strategies practiced all the time by the top mixed doubles players in the country and around the world. And it makes perfect sense, and it took 2 people rather than a team of 4 to think of it.
So, Braden Calvert does the logical thing when Dunstone pushes his rock into the rings. He guards it with the corner guard. Colton Lott playing past that guard does in fact make the contact. I should correct myself. Occasionally I have said I have misspoken. This time I've simply made a mistake. And that is that the final game is scheduled for 2:30. I believe I said earlier 2 o'clock. I know I did say 2 o'clock in a social media post last night.
Neither team giving any thought to anything going on at 2:30, but look at the way Team Dunstone is still sticking completely to their routines.
Good. How's line?
Focused. Knowing, of course, that chances are they're going to have a date with friend and at the same time arch rivals Team Carruthers. But they're going to stay right in the game here. They're going to try to play a perfect end. Not a bad way to end this game if it ends after this end.
So 2 corner guards. Colton Lott will peel off the top one.
And wouldn't we like to be a fly on the wall in the roughly 3 hours between the end of this game and the start of the championship game to see how Team Dunstone collects their thoughts? Well, presumably Team Carruthers is luxuriating, maybe watching the streamed coverage of all or part of this game, or maybe watching something else.
An
It's
interesting question. Does a team in the already in the final, do they watch the semifinal or do they not? Do they show up at the arena to find out who they're going to play? Do they watch to know in advance who they're going to play so that they can formulate their plan?
And purely from the
Tapping.
observation of a curler that is a real student of the game, Reed Carruthers, and for that matter his teammates, do they want to take a first-hand look at the way in which the rocks are traveling on sheet C, the championship sheet?
Yep, rip the yellow and...
Get rid of everything?
Well, this one, everything goes.
Yeah. I think that's what we want to do.
Okay. Peel.
BJ Neufeld with his first stone here. The call is to peel. Perfectly thrown. He removes one yellow, two reds, and rolls out of the rings. And there it goes. He doesn't roll out of the rings. He rolls up a little to the corner of the 8-foot.
Back E. Yeah, back T.
Tremendous lower body strength with BJ. He's also a PGA golf professional, crushes the ball a mile, but the amount of leg drive that he generates from that really tight tuck position is quite extraordinary. We're standing right behind that hack, and one moment he's in the hack, and one moment he's nearly at the hog line.
Gotta go for line 2.
Yeah, line's getting tight.
Hard to get by. Hard!
Trying to get around the guard. Does roll, rub and roll like to the top, the 12-foot.
It's a thin quarter to make the double.
That shot probably an exemplar of the way the morning has gone for Team Calvert.
I think so.
There's no hole, so.
Pardon me?
Nothing's really worked for them this morning the way they would have planned.
Quarter rock's fine.
At a different time and a different game with a different score, they probably don't necessarily try this double kill.
Whoa.
Ryan.
Clean. No. Whoa, Ryan.
It's not a tough double, however, just a little bit of the outside one, bang and bang. And also an exemplar of how things have gone. They stick that for a bite.
I like your ice. I think I squared that
And when my broadcast partner said not a tough double, once again, he was referring to the fact that a fellow named BJ Neufeld was the one throwing it. Skinnying the outside rock and making contact with the second rock and staying in exactly the same spot.
But in this instance, really, that is a bit of a miss because they do leave a rock that Kyle Kurz is going to try to draw around.
Hard.
To that wide and interesting side.
Hard.
And this one's moving a lot.
Always going. Hard.
As if any further evidence were needed, Resby, it's just not there, morning.
Just that little rub again sits wide open. Skip rocks to come. 8-3. Dunstone over Calvert.
No roll to the button.
At this point, both teams running out the 8th end.
The routine never changes.
Whoa. Ryan.
Whoa, it's close.
Ryan all day. Hard, Ryan. Yeah, real nice.
Well, real nice, but it does give Braden Calvert, one rock that he can work with. He can get frozen to that stone.
Throw.
5 feet 6 inches of curl in the eighth end. Exactly what the players enjoy playing with, and exactly what Greg Owasco wanted to present them with this morning.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Yep, line, hard line. Hard line, really gotta go line.
First shot of
Really gotta
Braden
go line.
Calvert here in the eighth.
Hard! Hard!
To get to the
Hard!
rock in the 4-foot circle. It's going to over curl to the shot rock, second shot rock. He'll just simply blast it out.
Wanting to lose his shooter, get rid of the yellow rock and the red rock in behind it, leaving Calvert with a draw for one, or the decision just to shake hands.
Yep.
Clean, clean.
Just clean. Just clean. Just clean.
Bit of an understatement, I think, to say that based on everything we've seen this morning, Team Dunstone is ready to take on Reed Carruthers.
They absolutely are. So Calvert will throw final stone of the eighth.
Beautiful soft release, nice rotation.
So they'll play the tap, roll to the pinhole, single point goes on the board, and the Calvert team, after the successful draw, concedes defeat 8-4 for the Dunstone team over the Calvert team. Dunstone will advance to play Reed Carruthers in the provincial final game. The top two seeds in the event, the top two Manitoba teams on the Canadian team ranking system. Both teams already have a spot in the Brier based on wildcard invitation, so that's not adding to the pressure. So I think we can anticipate a dandy.
A dandy, Matt Dunstone, looking for a buffalo on his back. Reed Carruthers looking to become the third three-man team to win big this year after Nicholas Edin and Brad Gushu. A dandy.
So we will be back at 2:30 with the final game of the 2023 Viterra Championship. It will be Braden Calvert, will not be Braden Calvert, it will be Matt Dunstone who will be playing against Dean Dunstone. Braden Calvert is ushered to the sideline, and we'll have that game for you at 2:30 this afternoon from Neepawa. Thanks for being with us, Barry Gorlick and Resby Coots, and we'll be back at 2:30.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO, masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian. You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Eat. Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Sunrise Morning Draw, brought to you by Sunrise Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50/50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is to be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50/50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen now. Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's #1 whiskey.